Prophet Isa alayhi salam, a life of miracles and teachings. In the tapestry of religious history, few figures shine as brightly as Prophet Isa, known to many as Jesus. His life, filled with miracles and profound teachings, continues to inspire billions around the world. Today, we embark on a journey through the life of this remarkable prophet, exploring his story through the lens of Islamic tradition. Our story begins not with Isa himself, but with his mother, Mary. Known for her exceptional piety and devotion, Maryam's life was dedicated to the worship of God. In a moment that would change the course of history, the angel Gabriel, appeared to her with an extraordinary message. Visual, Maryam praying in a secluded area, then startled by a bright light as Jibril appears. Jibril announced that Maryam would bear a son, a pure soul who would become a messenger of God. Maryam, astonished, asked how this could be possible, as no man had ever touched her. The angel replied that God creates what he wills, and that this child would be a sign for all people. In the months that followed, Maryam retreated from her community, bearing the weight of this miraculous pregnancy. When the time came for her to give birth, she found herself alone, beneath a palm tree, far from home. Visual Maryam, visibly pregnant, walking through a desert landscape. In her moment of greatest need, God provided. A stream appeared at her feet, and ripe dates fell from the palm tree above her. It was here, in this divinely prepared setting, that Isa, alayhi salam, was born. Isa's first miracle. Returning to her people with the newborn Isa, Maryam faced accusations and disbelief. How could she, known for her chastity, have a child? In this moment of crisis, a miracle occurred. The infant Isa, by the will of God, spoke from the cradle. Visual, a crowd gathering around Maryam and baby Isa, with looks of shock as the infant begins to speak. He declared, "Indeed, I am the servant of God. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet, and he has made me blessed wherever I am, and has enjoined upon me prayer and charity as long as I remain alive." Quran 19:30-31. With these words, Isa's prophethood was established from the very beginning of his life. Years of growth and learning. As Isa grew, his wisdom and connection to God became evident to all who met him. He studied the Torah and was gifted with the Injil, Gospel, becoming learned in both the letter and the spirit of God's teachings. Visual. Young Isa studying scrolls, surrounded by a soft glow. Even as a young man, Isa was known for his compassion, his ability to heal, and his profound understanding of spiritual matters. People from all walks of life were drawn to his gentle wisdom and the light of faith that shone in his eyes. Ministry and miracles. As Isa began his ministry, he traveled throughout the land, calling people to the worship of the one true God and teaching them about compassion, forgiveness, and the importance of purifying one's heart. His ministry was accompanied by astounding miracles granted to him by the permission of God. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, and even breathed life into clay birds. Visual, Isa surrounded by people, placing his hand on a blind man's eyes, then the man opening his eyes in wonder. One of his most famous miracles was the feeding of a multitude with a small amount of food. With God's blessing, Isa was able to multiply a few loaves and fish to feed thousands, demonstrating both God's power and the importance of sharing with those in need. Teachings and parables. Isa was known for his ability to convey deep spiritual truths through simple parables and wise sayings. He taught his followers to love their neighbors, to forgive those who wrong them, and to always be mindful of the day of judgment. Visual, Isa speaking to a diverse group of people, using everyday objects to illustrate his points. He said, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Matthew 6:19-21. This teaching emphasized the importance of focusing on spiritual growth and good deeds rather than material wealth. The table spread, Al-Ma'idah. One of the most significant events in Isa's ministry was the miracle of the table spread, mentioned in the Quran. His disciples asked for a feast to be sent from heaven as a sign and celebration. Isa prayed to God, and a table descended from the sky, laden with delicious food. Visual: a glowing table descending from the clouds, surrounded by awestruck disciples. This miracle served as both a blessing and a test of faith for those who witnessed it, reminding them of God's power and generosity.